Fixer family, it's Charmin, and on today's video I'm going to share with you how to make some easy pom-poms and then use those to create this cute, darling patriotic garland. Welcome to Fixin' 2. Well, I know I always say this, but I am super excited to be bringing you this project today. A super simple, super easy way to dress up a mantle or anywhere you'd like to put this garland. So let's not wait any further and go ahead and jump in to this project.
All you're going to need for this project is yarn, a pair of scissors, and your hand. Let's get started. So basically I'm taking the yarn and I am going to just pull a piece off and cut the first piece at about 12 inches, I guess, and set that aside. And then we're just going to pull off, a pretty good amount. Of course, you'll see that as I start wrapping around my hand, I still have to pull more, but we'll pull off a pretty good amount of the yarn. Then I'm going to take the end of it and I'm going to just use the first 3 fingers on my hand. And now that's the size I'm wanting. If you want it bigger, then you can use all 4 fingers, or you can even use like a piece of cardboard or something like that. And now I am just going to wrap around my fingers 40 times. This makes a good fluffy little pom-pom. And we're just going to cut it off, and I know I've left 2 little tabs there, but we'll pull that piece that we first cut off over and lay that down and hold it into place, and we want to make sure that we tie it right in the middle, or as close to the middle as we can get it. Now pull it really tight, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around once around the middle one way, and then with the other little piece of string, wrap it around the other, and then tie a really good strong knot, because we don't want this to come apart at all. So we'll tie that knot, and then once you get your knot tied, you do not want to cut off these 2 little pieces of string, because these are what we will use to attach them when we attach them to the garland. So now once we've got it done, we're going to take our scissors and the little loops that we have on each side, we're going to just tuck our scissors up in that loop, and then we're just going to start cutting these loops apart. And as you see, kind of have to go in and get a few of the extras to make sure you get them all. Flip it over, do the same thing, and we'll have our little starting of our pom-pom. Now you want to hold your 2 little tabs, and you see how right there in the center, we're going to take on either side of that center and we're going to push it down and begin to give it a bit of a haircut. Now you definitely don't want to cut those 2 strings, like I said, because that's what we're going to use to attach it to our garland. But we're just going to go in and give it a little haircut. Let me tell you, this stuff is messy. It's real thin and it blows everywhere. It's really super messy, but they turn out so stinking cute.
Well guys, before we actually put this garland together and I show you kind of what else I use to make this happen, I wanted to make sure that you have subscribed and you've hit that notification bell right next to that subscribe button, and you've clicked on the all so that you're notified each time I upload new videos. Now, if you don't already know, make sure that you check out my community tab, because in the community tab there is information about a giveaway I am doing. I am celebrating my 2-year anniversary here on YouTube, and I wanted to be able to to do something a little special for you guys. Now, I can't give something to everybody. I wish that I could, but one lucky winner is going to win a fun little package straight from me, and I am so glad to be able to do that. So make sure that after this video you run on over and check out the community tab and see all of the instructions on how you can enter this giveaway. So now let's get into how we put this garland together.
Now what you'll need to make the garland is, I picked up this bandana at Walmart. It was like $1.97, pair of scissors, some jute twine, of course our pom poms that we made, and I wound up not using this burlap ribbon, but you can add other things to it that you would like to. So I went and measured where I want my garland to go, and went ahead and cut the twine to do that. And then I'm just going to create 2 little loops on each end by just folding it down a little bit and then tying a knot, and it leaves a little loop, and I'm going to do that on both ends. Once we get both of those loops done at each end, I'm going to put those 2 ends together and find my center point of my piece of jute. And of course we're going to be putting on our pom poms, and I wanted a pattern, of course my red, white, blue, and then I took that bandana that I got from Walmart and I just cut them in about 1-inch strip, and I just used one bandana for this garland. Made 1-inch strips, and so I'm going to put in the middle. I'm going to create by folding this strip in half and creating that loop right there on the end. We're going to take that loop and then tuck it under the jute, and then bringing over the top of the jute the 2 ends of that strip and pulling both of them, and voila, we have that there on to the jute. And it will slide, it's a little tight right now, but it will slide back and forth for you to make any adjustments that you need. And then we're going to take the little ends of the yarn that I said do not cut off. We're going to tie those to the jute into a knot, and then just take and cut it to where it's even with the other part of the pom pom. And then we're just going to repeat that pattern. Now like I said, you can add anything you want to it as well. Make as much as you want on there, as little as you want, creating something that you will enjoy for the holiday season.
This was so fun. I so enjoyed making this. Super simple and easy. Now there are some fun pom pom makers that you can get and from Amazon. I'll link those down in the description box below for you, so that if you do want to have a pom pom maker, it's not real expensive and everything, you can definitely do that. But this size pom pom that I wanted to do, I just used these 3 fingers and it worked out just fine for me. So either way is great, and able to put these together just with some strips of fabric and a piece of twine, and you have a garland that is fun and festive for the holiday. Well guys, this has been amazing. I'm so glad that you joined me. Make sure that you give this a big thumbs up and let me know that you enjoyed this video. Also, comment down below and let me hear from you. I'd love to know your take on this garland and maybe what you might add or do a little different. It would be great. I love your ideas as well. And also, if you create any of the projects that I do and you have an Instagram account, make sure that you're following me over there. I'm at Fixin2AL, and tag me in any of those projects. I would love to be able to give you a shout out on my Instagram as well. Well, I love you guys so much. Again, I'm so glad that you came along today. And always remember to keep looking up, because that's where it all is. I'll see you on the next video.